ain't no smoky weather. I'm a nice guy, turned into predator. Know how to get at you. Keep on shining. That success gon' kill you like I did bitch vagina. Really go in. Dug that ditch, just waiting for you to fall in. I'm always on the win. They talking spicy, spit ghost pepper. Once you go there, I'ma never let up. Nigga, shut up. You know I'm official. We can throw them hands, don't need no pistol. Heard you talking spicy, spit that ghost pepper. Once you go there, I'ma never let up. Nigga, shut up. You know I'm official. We can throw them hands, don't need no pistol. Yeah.
I keep a Glock on me. Niggas try to run up on me, I'ma rock on me. If I go there, my niggas got to buy money. Niggas talking on the net, boys mad funny. Say 10 toes down. Keep to myself, I don't fuck with you clowns. I'm all about wealth. Playing with niggas there for your health. Heard the boy done. Yeah, I'm the only nigga with an Ape City piece. Going reach for it, I'ma let the city speak. Heard he speaking on my name, but you niggas weak. Shout out Fashion Over Man's got a nigga flip. I fell off and came back all in a week. I don't really give a fuck if you feeling me. I know niggas got dreams about killing me. Cause they know I kill shit, let a nigga eat. Damn, act like us, but they used to be fans. Shoot like Kobe when I'm ever in a jam. Cut niggas off wasn't part of the plan. Niggas access gotta get to the band. Yeah. Shoot like Kobe while I'm ever in the gym. Cut niggas off wasn't part of the plan. Niggas access gotta get to the band.
Talking spicy, spit ghost pepper. Once you go there, I'ma never let up. Nigga, shut up. You know I'm official. We can throw them hands, don't need no pistol. Heard you talking spicy, spit that ghost pepper. Once you go there, I'ma never let up. Nigga, shut up. You know I'm official. We can throw them hands, don't need no pistol.
Your partners play Pop Warner games with cold-hearted bitches and former flames. I burn more than Jane, a mile high without boarding planes to F for my brain. My body likes a hottie with outrageous rates for in-flight films and it navigates. Ayy. So when the gauges break, we're in the cockpit, fly, no baggage claim, and I'm gone. Bomb, but the fuse ain't long. Only time you bought us when the toupee's gone. I hollered at your mom when the souffle's on, cause her man likes to eat sweet pussy raw. Said God roll the raw, corporate with the saw, that'll probably smoke them all. From a corner at a barn where the crime, we're grassing any lawn till we cough, and I'll be this way till we die. Sweet and taste of peach pie, be the brakes and then ride. Just to live each day of these lives like a motherfucker, be this way till we die. Swisher sweet on each flight, cash up front and both sides, while there be replays in my mind. Knock knocks a rock, 40 on a rock, 20 in a stone. Called as Bobby Frost while 40's playing low, and I'm mixing in the box with this UA pre and the Apollo lifting off. Rocket power pulses by the astronauts or not. Riding in the rover cause this devil dog is hot. I'm mixing hella butter and trimmings from the pot and eating hella treats till these crispy girls pop like snap. Crack in my city's whack, onomatopoeia clap and these rappers splat. Rome's in the past like a Cadillac while I'm grinding hella tree with LG in the bag. Stuck and dry, women bumping grind. We're pissing on these bitches who ain't being genuine, and I've been this way all my life. Lit is light. Why I'm saying be this way till we die. Sweet and taste of peach pie. Beat the brakes and then ride. Just to live each day of these lives like a motherfucker. Be this way till we die. Swisher sweet on each flight. Cash up front and both sides. While there be replays in my mind. Sweet and taste of peach pie.
Sweet and taste of peach pie. They be like goods, the vibe, how'd you create that? Man, you taking them way back to when lyrics meant something. I was ripping the 8-track every single day, bumping this to happen overnight for you lames of the lane jumping. Being stuck in my ways, being puffing the haze, the peach pie looking right, then I've been working for days. And all you suckers fugazi, and YB slide through and get that fishy fillet.
As a matter of fact, coincidentally, she hit me with the SMS message that she's into me. The player on the enemy, wanna give her this energy and lay that body down and treat her like she my enemy. When I do it, there's something like there is 10 of me. Put me on the top, cause you know that's where I'm finna be. Make them listen like a ministry, doing what I want, never put it past me, I'm talking anything.
And I be this way till we die. Sweet and taste of each pie. Be the breaks and then ride. Just to live each day of these lives like a motherfucker. Be this way till we die. Swisher sweet on each flight. Cash up front in both sides. Want to be replays in my mind.
Yeah. Momo, this is slapper, my nigga. Yeah. Finna run this shit. Come on. Do it. Niggas, bitches gather round, get your game intact. And if you don't catch it the first time, you can play it back. When I'm done, one of the sickest ones to spit it raw. On my dick so hard, thinking you trying to get me jaw. Back, let me get stacks, proceed to roll sweets. In my face, seem like you the type to speak to police. So you know I can't fuck with you. Conversate, spit a verse, roll a smoke a blunt with you. Too many big things on my plate. That's why I say my grace and watch for cats trying to violate. I'ma wait in the cut. We gon' play through them up. He gon' be like, nigga, please. I'ma be like, nigga, what? Step your game up. That's how you get your chippers up. Building bigger figures up. Yeah, I know this shit is nuts. What we gotta do for bucks, more than just this rapping stuff. Push a hard line until your motherfucking time is up. Come on.
Trying to put this West Coast thing back on the map. Northern Cali's where I'm starting because this where it's at. Trying to put this West Coast thing back on the map. Northern Cali's where I'm starting because this where it's at.
One foul associate, then your crew, then your shit crumbles. We fold stacks and all I wanna do is get bundles. I'm sticking and moving like the great Cassius Clay. I need 8-figure stacks I can cash for pay. It's deeper than rap, most niggas just rap for paper. I'm hot, been on fire since Gazelles and Crow activators. OC's is so easy, Lee could be one of the greatest. When we through with this rap shit, you're now one of the most underrated. But I'll take it black, flip and make cake with that. Be dreaming about paper stacks, waking up still broke. On Sonoma steel pole, make you wanna cock back, make you wanna kill folks. I be killing ill beats, rolling up Swisher Sweets. Call me Osai, call me Mr. Money off the streets. None can compete, coming phony a week. And the purple sticky shit be the only I cheat. We
trying to put this West Coast thing back on the map. Northern Cali's where I'm starting because this where it's at. Trying to put this West Coast thing back on the map. Northern Cali's where I'm starting because this where it's at.
Laying my raps just like a pimp who checking his trap, sending the bitch out, bringing that paper back. Making stacks, rolling around like Goldie in a 7-deuce lack. Tacked out OG Kush brought your boy back. Northern Cali got a lot of heat, and that's a fact. Niggas be busting, you hear that clip busting out the strap. I heat a nigga eating off what he laid down on the track. The yay cross the Carquinus, it's another land. Flying in like I'm on the mothership, let a brother land. Replenished with good, I put in the hood, never brag about it, but at the spitting shit, yo, I'm the man. Even if I'm never seen on MTV or BT, I can still take over and captivate a crowd easily. And we broadcasting live from the Sev. This is Osai, I'm the mixtape man. We trying
to put this West Coast thing back on the map. North Cali's where I'm starting because this where it's at. Trying to put this West Coast thing back on the map. Northern Cali where I'm starting because this where it's at.
Yeah, it's your boy DJ Bro. Treka know better, do better. Treka, you ready to come on?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready is the question.
I'm ready now, man. I was almost dead to the world. What up, man? What up, Tim? What's going
up,
down, dude?
What's going on, brother?
Man, this boy.
Hey, Timmy.
What's up, Trey?
You know, we had little technical difficulties. And by technical, we mean people difficulties.
Oh, it happens.
It happens.
Thank you, my man. Yeah, dude. I had a hard, long day at work today, bruh. A long, hard day.
Don't even trip.
What's up with you, though, Tim?
Just got finished doing another session, and She's at home with my daughter.
Grown little lady right there.
Yeah, she's over there drawing right now.
I'm still waiting for her to make my tattoo, but you know, I'm patient. I'll wait till she get rich and famous and auntie get it for free. You know, it's nothing.
Get in line, man. I'm still waiting for mine. She put me to the back of the line too.
Paying customers only.
Paying customers only.
So how's Grown Man Sessions been going for you?
Oh, it's cool, you know, just try to stay on it. You know, that's the hardest part, honestly. Just trying to stay.
Yeah, the consistency is that's definitely key. I also think a lot of people don't know how much energy it takes to put on a podcast.
Nah, I didn't even know. I'm like
I didn't even know either. I thought I'm recording a video. Cool, that's shit. That ain't shit. But no,
yeah. I mean,
way more to it.
Yeah, it's like a lot of like, you know, emailing and scheduling, and people's schedules change and your schedule changes, and then like you said, technical difficulties and people difficulties.
Yeah.
It all just comes together at the wrong times usually, but it's whatever it is, man. Like I think I'm just having fun, and I'm really blessed to be able to just keep doing it. So, you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And you've had a lot of great guests. I know I don't be liking all the videos. I got to get better about that, but I'll be watching them, of course. But I think I know you have a question earlier this week. You know, what's better, like having celebrities or having just everyday people? And I gave you my answer. I feel like everyday people, it's a lot easier for others to relate to them, as opposed to like looking at a celebrity and like, oh, well, they got all this money, so that's why, you know. And it's like, even celebrities go through shit. But I think, you know, people put that glitz and glamour on it, and it kind of like devalues what you've been through to get where you got.
I just think for me, it's like, it's hard for me to relate to some of these people. You know what I mean? Like when they got, you know, like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West over there talking about their problems, I'm like, I don't really
problems. I love to have your problems.
Yeah, me too.
Give them to me.
Like when I listen to like YouTube videos and I'm looking for like, you know, inspiration, I always find people that I have no clue who they are. You know what I mean?
I don't watch anybody that's like popular or famous or like a celebrity, like when I watch podcasts or listen to podcasts or anything like that. I'm not saying that they don't have a lot of good information, but it does touch a little bit closer to home when you can listen to someone who, you know, like, damn, they grew up in the city right next to mine, or they grew up in my city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know exactly what they're talking about. I know where they was when they said that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely good. Definitely good. And I want to say, I don't know how many people, I'm sure a lot of people have told you, but I am proud of you and the growth in your podcast, because I think it's something that is very necessary for men. Not just for men, but for everybody. But I think you create a space that makes it safe for men to come and like open up.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I'm lucky that people are willing to do that with me. You know what I mean? Like even people that I know, you know, we've talked about this before, but like even people that I know that'll come on and I'm like, damn, I didn't know that about you, you know?
Right.
So
right.
Like, I feel lucky that people are willing to go there with me, because even sometimes when we're just hanging out, it doesn't happen like that. You know what I mean?
No, you don't never really find that right time when you're like, okay, let me tell you what I went through. And I had a spiritual awakening. It's like, oh shit, we ain't talking about that right now. We can fade it.
Just take one more sip. Just take one more sip.
One more sip. No, we had Travis on, or Yeso. We had Travis on a few episodes ago, and he was definitely like bigging up you and telling us how you kind of helped him a lot with him stepping into the music scene and getting his feet wet and, you know, swerving in and out. And, I grew up with Travis, so I'm like, it's just a small world. It's a very small world, but the people that need to be attracted to each other, we always get attracted to each other in some kind of way, shape, or form.
It's my boy, man. Me and Travis been through some things.
Yeah, we'll save that for another episode. The life and times of Timmy and Travis.
Oh man, yeah. I got some funny stories about Travis too, but yeah, another time.
I have some funny stories about Travis too. And I'm sure he don't want me to talk about it because like I go back to when he had the bifocals and all the shit. So it's totally embarrassing moments. But it's a blessing to like have you guys as friends for this long and just to see y'all growth and see how you're helping other people grow as well. So I'm appreciative of it. Whenever you want to bring me on a grown man session so I can talk to some grown menses, I will. But I appreciate what you're doing. I definitely be tapping in with you to help me out, improving on mine because I think the hardest thing for me is like putting in all that effort, like to promote it. And I mean, to get guests every week, like you're not a guest, like you family. But I know you be busy too, you know what I'm saying? Like, but to get different guests with different topics and have to kind of make it all mesh together, it takes a little bit of work.
It does. That's why I feel like what I'm doing is a little bit easier because I don't ever nail down a topic with my guests. Like I just tell them like I just want to know your story.
Right.
You know, I mean, I try to like, get like some idea of what we're going to talk about just so like I'm prepared. But for the most part, like I like to just hear their story, you know what I mean? But
right.
It's hard, man. It's hard like just, finding people that you think would be good to come on and then scheduling it and promoting it and man, it's like music all over again, but in a different way, but it's still fun though, and it still has its own little challenges and its own little like nuances that you got to be aware of, but it is work. It's work. But yeah, I'm always down to help, whatever you need from me, I got you.
So, speaking of music, how's that coming along for you?
It's cool, like I shared one of my new songs with you. So, I'm just trying to build up, a certain amount of songs and get them all ready for release. But, it's not the same as it used to be. Of course, you know firsthand, like we were active as hell. So, the only other person that's still doing it like that or even more is 60, big right. Up 60. But yeah, I'm just trying to I honestly just am doing it just because I just love it. You know what I mean? And it's more of like it's just a fun thing for me now, as opposed to like before I was like really trying to get out there and really trying to like make everything work. You know what I mean? But, now it's like, okay, like I got an idea. I'm just going to run with it.
Right. Wait, is 60 on this call right now?
Yeah. He's on the call right now. His video and sound.
Joey, say something. We know you lurking in the background, stalker.
Yo, was good.
60 East, that dude at the meeting that don't show his face.
Right. He just show up in all black. You're like, who was that?
I just tuned in right now. My bad. I'm late. I'm late to the party.
We all a little bit late. You good? We were just talking about how we used to run them streets back in the day when y'all was on the run.
I'm naked. Let me put a shirt on real quick.
Oh God, 60 still ain't changed. But yeah, 60 never wore any clothes and he just ran around crazy. And then he had got a baby on his lap and then now he's settled down.
Yeah, I thought this was a bottomless party, so I came appropriate for a bottomless party.
Keep your camera up, please.
Man, I came to the wrong party. What the hell?
No, the pantsless party is next week. This is a shirtless party this week.
Man,
but
you came in with the
back
wrong
to
invite.
what you were saying about the music and everything. You just like, do you feel like your next album is going to be more with the songs along the same lines of that song that you shared with me, or?
I mean, I got a couple songs that are deep and I got a couple songs that aren't, so I'm not even going to release a whole project. I'm going to do like kind of how 60 doing right now, just release singles. But I don't have like 60 is way more consistent. I'm probably just going to release like, a single, like as often as I possibly can. But I'm just lining them up right now. There he goes.
I was just having this conversation Like, I don't even think people fucking release albums anymore. It's just singles.
Yeah, man, you got to be like Drake or Ye or Yeezy to release a fucking album nowadays.
Yeah, you don't want it to be garbage. So, with that in mind, 60, what's good? Working, man. I see you got your hat on, but you probably ain't got no pants on either.
Was good, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
You ain't late. Whenever time you get here is what time you're supposed to be here. 60, you have a big festival coming back in October, right?
Yeah.
Man, I was so ready to go the last 2 years. I was like, what the fuck? I missed the first year on some bullshit from work, and then last year COVID fucked that off. So I'm like, okay.
What's up? You coming down for this one?
I am.
Oh shit, okay.
I am. I might have to sleep on somebody's couch or on the curb, but I'm coming.
Yeah, we got a couch for you. It's all good.
So how many artists you got performing this year?
100.
100?
No, I don't know, but it feels like 100.
I was about to say, you got like what, 3 stages, right?
Yeah, it's overwhelming, but yeah, it honestly feels like we got 100 artists performing.
So it's gonna be like bigger than paid dues then, huh?
No, we're not that big. We're a little more compact. The venue's a lot smaller. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of artists on the bill.
I got a question for 60.
It's good, bruh.
like when we was doing the Declaration of Independence shows, like that was probably like, I think we did like maybe 15, 20 artists, man, and I almost lost all my hair. Like how do you manage all the stress, bro?
I don't. I lost all my hair too, bro.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah. No, it's
I'm about to say, don't neither one of y'all got no hair no more. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Hey, but the hat game is strong.
Yeah, I was trying to message you earlier about that, bro. Just like, yeah, it's overwhelming. Like I tell people when I'm busy, and they're like, "You can't be that busy," and I'm like, "Yo, have you ever tried having 100 conversations with 100 different people in one day
at the same time?"
Yeah, and
at the same damn time.
They're like, nah, and I'm like, yeah. So you don't know what it is to be busy, man. And on top of that, 100 rappers, like 100 regular people.
Oh my god, that's too many personalities.
One thing, but 100 rappers, man, that shit is a whole other department.
So you're not talking to them, you're talking to their egos.
Yeah, exactly, and it's overwhelming, and a lot of the time it's like not only the rappers, but you're dealing with their managers and their agents who also have their own egos and also have their 100 artists under their belts too. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
It's a lot of work, but yeah, we're just trying to push it through, and you know, we're still dealing with the repercussions of COVID. So this is initially the show that we were supposed to have last year, and that made it its own problem, you know what I mean? Because we're still carrying conversations that we had going from 12 months ago. Yeah. So it's like it's crazy, but I mean we're trying to get through it, and honestly, I can't wait to get through this festival just so it could be done already. It feels like it's been 2 years in the making.
Like literally.
Technically, it has.
Yeah, it has. And you know, in that time, some of the artists that we had on the bill pulled out. Some of them, you know, had families. So like a lot of stuff has changed. So like the lineup has changed from last year, and like some artists had to pull out. Some artists had to postpone till next shows or whatever the case may be. But yeah, we're just trying to keep it moving.
And what year is this for the festival? This is number 4.
I don't know, like
counting COVID shit. I don't know.
I don't even know. I don't even know what to call it. 2020 was supposed to be year 4, but since that got skipped, I don't know if we call this year 4 or year 5. But yes, it's one.
You have to do it like the Olympics and just call this year 4. The Olympics still use all
that's-
their shit from last year. They printed up for this year's Olympics. And I was like, wait, is it 2020 or is it 2021? Y'all got me confused. But
yeah, well, we're in the same boat, so I'm calling it like year 4.
Still going strong, getting bigger. So
Yeah, that's the
can't be mad
most
at
important
that.
part, man. It's growing.
Yeah. And I mean, just to see y'all growth, period. From when we was doing little clubs in Sacramento and Stockton, where we thought we might get shot and jumped and shit, but it takes grind. Like, that's the proof right there. Like, 60 just jumped off the porch and never looked back home. Like, fuck y'all, I'm out. So I'm really like, I be bigging up y'all to everybody. I'm like, yo, I even try to get people to try to get at you to get on the festival. And I'm like, it's a good opportunity. And I it just reminds me of how y'all grinded to get on paid dues. And that was a real campaign. And I look at that shirt. I still have the shirt laying around right now. I see it every day. I haven't worn it because I got all your autographs on it. I'm about to sell them shit soon. But I just look at it and see like all the big names that's on that bill. And they wasn't that big back then. So it's like, you guys, a lot of growth, a lot of progression.
Wasn't Nip on that show?
Man,
Yes.
Everybody and their mama was on that
Tech
show.
Nine, Nip.
And Kendrick was on that show. Like,
Kendrick was on there.
there's people.
I was running from stage to stage. Y'all don't understand. That's how my fucking J's got dirty as hell that day. Because I was running to y'all shit. And I'm like, oh shit, I want to go see this person too. Like, it was just amazing. I still have pictures from being backstage. I'm like, yep.
I remember kicks were getting murdered left and right on that show.
Ooh.
That was ugly.
It was.
Yeah, I remember Macklemore said something about that on stage. He was like, for everybody that wear their Jordans, I feel bad for you guys.
Oh, my shit was so dusted and disgusted. I had to throw them bitches away when I got home. I was like, well, that's $70 out the door. Like, fuck it. It was worth it.
Yeah, there was no saving them after that point. I had like hella
bracelets, like VIP backstage. I was just like, damn, what did I do yesterday? I'm just going. But it was amazing. I'm thankful that you guys allowed me to come on that part of your journey with you.
Come on, Trek.
What you mean?
Yeah, remember
y'all
Treka
gonna cry? Don't cry on my show.
Atlanta with us too.
Come on.
Was I in Atlanta with y'all or was I in Atlanta? Y'all will go to sleep and I'll be out.
Trek was making new friends at every single venue we went to, and
I still talk to a lot of those people. That's crazy. I still am connected with a lot of them, and I think that I'm like, how do I remember people? And how I mean, every city I go, I make at least one good best friend. I mean, I had the Uber driver dropping off liquor to me. It was crazy, but I appreciate y'all for bringing me on to that. Remember they had the chicken and waffle blunt wraps? Oh, yeah. Where they do that at? Atlanta. But I mean,
that was one of the last times. That was one of the last times I smoked weed. Was with you guys.
You wasn't supposed to be smoking weed that night.
Yeah, the comes and goes, man.
How many pots have you smoking?
Yo, man, those honestly, like, to this day, though, those are some of the best times of my life, man. Like, I look at like everything going on now, and it's like not as fun as it was, you know, struggling on the vintage tour.
Because you gotta be a boss now. You don't have time to play around.
Yeah, it's like stuff is a lot more comfortable now, but it's like, yo, it's still not as fun as it was like on those tours and shows where we were sleeping in the car, sleeping on people's floors. It was just like
fucking 5 people in one hotel room and shit.
Yeah, I remember being in Detroit. I remember being in Detroit with 60, and we was at the venue, man, and like these dudes, man, like they was on something. And I kept telling 60, like, hey man, be careful, bro. Like, or just be on the lookout because I think shit might pop off. And we was out of bounds. Like, we was like, you know, we were in a part of town. We were in a part of town that like I had no idea what was going on, you know. I was like, fuck, man, I don't know if we're gonna make it out of here.
Look, when I go to Detroit, I don't go outside of Greektown. I was just telling this to Rogue because I was like, you know, the stadium is right down the street from the prison and the fucking jail in Detroit. So if you go to a game and get drunk, you going to jail, and they gonna walk you there. They ain't gotta call nobody.
Man, I remember the promoter in Detroit, like he was driving us to his house or something, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I just got out, blah blah blah," and we were like, what were you in for?" And he's like, "Oh, murder, but it's all good."
Yeah.
And me and Tim are like, "Yo, we're about to sleep on your couch, bro. Like, what's up?"
The homie Khan, man,
It's all good.
He turned out to be real cool too. He was like, he took care of us.
Right. You can't judge people by their cover or by their police cover anyway.
But I remember us being at his house and like we were like getting ready but he was talking to his girl and he was like saying something to his girl and I was like, oh damn, I was like, it's about to go bad up in here. I was like, man, we about to be involved in some domestic violence.
Hey, one thing like I'll never forget about that experience was we were at dude's crib and his wife like fed us like some sandwiches or some like hamburgers and it was the worst shit I ever had in my life. But I was like, when we were so broke, it was like, yo, this meal is heaven God sent right now. You know what I mean?
So good.
Yeah, I remember making myself eat it and just being like, yo, I know it don't taste good, but like you need to eat this because you cannot afford any other food. And like to this day, I still remember that, and it just like that just built so much of my character and just so much like humility that came with that in that whole experience of being on that tour. That like literally anything I get to this day, like I'm just so grateful for it because of those experiences.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Hey, you remember when we were going to Chicago and when we got there and we were trying to figure out how to get to the hotel, and then we ended up taking the subway, and we went down into the subway, and this old black lady that was like checking our tickets, she stopped me and she goes, "Oh, baby," she goes, "you better take off that watch." She goes, "They're gonna rob you." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "What?" Because I had like this really shiny watch on, And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "You need to take that off."
Old black mamas always looking out. They always looking out for you. You got to just pay attention.
Well, the way that she said it, I was like, "Fuck!" All right, I'm gonna take this shit off. I told 60, really I was like, I told 60, man, we gotta hurry up and get to this fucking hotel. We was walking through the hood, man. Like we fucking literally had our suitcases. We was walking with our suitcases through the fucking hood.
Targets. Oh my god.
We were in Southside Chicago, and people were looking at us like, yo, they do not know where they are at right now.
No, you don't, because all them fucking car dealerships y'all pass ain't car dealerships. That's why them cars is hella dirty. They ain't moved a car in years.
No, like honestly,
that's not a car dealership.
Because of that experience, I wanted to get like a vintage tour tattoo, like I wanted to get a tattoo of the logo of that tour, but I ended up getting the First Dirt logo. And that's because like it was much bigger than just that one tour. It was like all the tours that we did and everything that we did together, you know what I mean? And like every time I look at that First Dirt tattoo, it just takes me back to all those times that we had, all those drives that me and Tim did up and down the 5 freeway.
Up and down the whole coast.
Yeah, like, dude, like those, like I still trip out. Like me and Tim had some of the best conversations that like I ever had, like on those trips, and just like
me popping my 5-hour energy, talking to a 60 zero off.
Yeah, like all that stuff, man. And it just really made me the person I am today, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'll say I met a lot of people or artists because of y'all, because it's like, oh shit, y'all opening up for who? Okay, I'm gonna go meet Miguel. I'm about to go meet fucking Ghostface Killer. He gonna like me with all his fucking chains on. His neck had to been heavy, but he didn't get robbed that night. I felt like we were gonna get robbed, but it's like I've met so many different people. And not even just famous people, but other people that I connected with and like minds come together and, you form a bond. And I kind of felt like you guys y'all complimented each other really well.
Oh, yeah.
Because
sure.
Sometimes one you can be a little crazy and the other one's calm, and then y'all flip that shit. And I'm like, oh God, I guess it's 60s night to be crazy tonight. We're gonna give Tim to smoke some weed and all kinds of shit.
Well,
But
I firmly believe that First Dirt wouldn't have gotten as far as it did if it wasn't for 60. Because like I had the mentality of like, okay, like I want to see this thing grow, but coming from Sacramento, you don't really see. I didn't know, like I knew what Paid Dues and Rock the Bells was, but I didn't really see like the angle of the promo that 60 did. So 60 came along and was like, yo, let's print up some posters, let's get some stickers, and let's fucking blast this shit. So man, like that was like a formula that we took everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Me and 60 was in South by Southwest, bro. Like I'm telling you, we had a fucking wristbands of strings of tape, and we had backpacks full of posters, and we was going around the whole fucking city, man. And we probably put up at least like 500 posters, if not more. And we had a little fucking technique, and we were just bouncing around like it was crazy. But those are the things that people still tell me about to this day. People I know people that I run into like randomly, like artists or whoever. They be like, man, I still remember seeing your poster at Rock the Bells in a Northern California. And I'm like, see, man, like I like it's things like that like we were just grinding that I didn't even realize that people were really paying attention to. You know what I mean?
And they were. I was putting them stickers up everywhere. They all downtown. They probably still in what Blue Lamp? Is that the place we used to always go to?
Yeah, Blue Lamp.
They whole bathroom is smothered with shit. First Dirt everywhere.
That's why I was asking 60 when we talked on the Grown Man Sessions. I was asking him if he sees youngsters doing that to this day, and he said that he doesn't really see it that much.
I don't. I try to get my people to go that route, but I think people are so digital now, like they feel like that kind of work, that kind of foot leg work ain't worth it. And it really is, because I can't tell you how many times I stop and read a poster, or I stop and look at a sticker, or you know what I'm saying? If it's a sticker in a random ass place, I'm gonna look at that shit. That's just the human nature. Mm-hmm. So I think that if people would go back to the basics, they probably would get more outreach, and they probably get more people that would want to, follow on what they're doing. But everyone thinks that all you got to do is post on Instagram or post on Facebook. Yeah, that's effective, but you got to do more. You have to do way more.
Looking back, like we came in like at an interesting time because Instagram was barely coming into the fold, and
nobody was on it.
Yeah, we caught the very beginning of Instagram, and we caught the very end of that like street promo type shit, and like we utilized both of them. And that really had an effect with like, our success getting on Paid Dues and all that, because we kind of like figured out how to use both of them together in that little time that there was, that both of those things were still like overlapping. And now it's like completely digital and stuff like that. But like 2011, 2012, like Instagram was barely coming in, we figured out how to utilize it to like our advantage.
Right. I think, and two, it was still at that time when people were still kind of skeptical about social media. So, a lot of motherfuckers wasn't online like that. Shit, it took me a long time. I think 2011 was when I first got on Facebook. Facebook had been around for a minute, but I just think that and I hate to bring it back to this, it's like we get so far away from the human connection when we get on social media. And I think that that's where you don't really gain true fans. Like you get people who think you hot for a day or two, they see your name pop up, they keep on scrolling, you know what? They forget what they saw 5 minutes before. If something else pops up that grabs their interest. But I think if you with the people, you touching hands, bumping elbows, posting posters, putting up stickers and stuff like that, like people really do look at that because like, oh, somebody actually took the time to do this. They didn't just take them 3 or 4 seconds to just make a post and keep sharing it.
Well, I always thought like independent hustle was all about that. Like you had to go out and like shake hands and press the flesh, because it was like being a politician, man. Like you had to go out there and actually meet people and
go out there and kiss the black babies.
Yeah, you had to plead your case. Right. And it's crazy because like a lot of people that we were out there, like when we were grinding and we were meeting like in person, like I still am in touch with to this day, even though I'm not doing music as much. So like it's effective.
I wasn't even fucking doing music when I was in Atlanta with y'all, and I was meeting motherfuckers that I'm still connected with. I'm like, I don't even got no album out, but you hella cool, But it was just like, It's
It's
the
just
human. It's the interaction.
it's the art of networking that is like, you know, like pressing the flesh, like how you said. Because you can network online like all day, but until you actually like sit in a room with somebody and vibe out with them, man, like that's a different level of connecting with somebody. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. You feel that energy.
Yeah.
You can't really feel it. You can kind of feel it through the phone or through the computer, but you can't really feel like you feel it in person.
Yeah, because I know a youngster that I used to be in like this hip hop club with, that he was really good at like at promoting himself online, and he was really good at like meeting people online. But
Antisocial.
I guarantee you, like if you ever hung out with the kid, like you'd be like, is that the same kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that the same dude?
And okay, let me ask you guys this. Do you feel like social media makes us more social or more antisocial?
I think it depends on the person.
Roselle, what you got?
Antisocial.
Joey?
Yeah, I'm probably caught in the middle because I mean, like I'm also maybe like in the middle generation. You know what I mean? Like I'm not necessarily a 80s baby or a 90s baby. I'm like that in between generation. So I kind of grew up with both. And yeah, so I feel like it might depend on the person, but like I even catch myself leaning towards one or the other given on the situation.
Right.
But I've noticed that, you know, people like maybe cats older than me or whatever still depend on one side, and the cats younger than me still depend on the other side. Whereas me, like I'm kind of in the middle trying to maneuver between both.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I personally, for me, I'm biased because I feel like I'm the same person whether I'm on social media or when I'm off. So
as you should
the same
be.
people I connect with on social media, the same motherfuckers I talk to on my cell phone. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't. I won't say a lot of people don't know a lot of their Facebook friends, but a lot of people will accept just anybody up in there just to get more people. And I'm really selective, so I use it, but at the same time, I'd rather go hang out with you in person.
Well, on my grown man session with Lance Woods, he was talking about how like the younger generation, like he feels like they don't realize how much of a tool social media is, as opposed to like using it just to use it. You know what I mean? Like, because you can use social media as a way to consume, or you can use it as a way to like, you know, to promote an idea or to try to like gain some sort of like audience. And he said young people don't realize like how to use it as a tool as much as that they can. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I think a lot of more people want to use it to get attention or validation. As opposed to using it to network, which is why I hopped on. I'm gonna get on Facebook because I can connect with my friends from high school, junior high, neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? College, whatever. I don't really have to call you every day, but you know, at least we can stay on tone or whatever, whatnot. But now you see it more as people, they post just a lot of stuff just to get attention. It's like, okay, well, you and your boyfriend broke up yesterday and now y'all back together having Valentine's Day dinner. This is not cohesive at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're bipolar. But I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not on there. I get on there and I do kind of let out sometimes, but you'll never know my every move from watching any social media of mine. And there are some people that will put every single thing out. And you're like, okay, I know everything about you. Leave a little bit to the imagination. Keep something about yourself private. But
man,
go ahead.
I was gonna say at this point, like I'm like over social media. I'm trying to do art. I'm trying to be an artist, and at this point, it's just so much about social media, and like it's overwhelming, you know, especially with all the algorithms and the amount that they want you to post. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking post every day just in order to keep these numbers and the traffic going on. You know what I mean? Like I want to focus on the music and focus on everything else other than the social media, but the social media has become so much a bigger part of it. It's like, at what point is it just social media and not about the art? And it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I really have grown to dislike social media, even though it's such a good tool for us to promote the music and like just trying to keep up with it. And like I see so many artists posting about that, and it's just like, yo, how much of my career has become keeping up with the Joneses on social media versus creating dope art and creating content. It's just like, no, I gotta literally post every day just to keep people engaged. So when I do promote some music, people are there to see it. And it's like, I hate that. Like I honestly hate it.
People's attention span is so quick now. Like motherfuckers can't even listen to a 3-minute song. Like, do you know how long songs used to be? Have you listened to Luther Vandross? Like he used to have 10, 11-minute songs. They wouldn't even last. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, give my attention right now, and then I'm on to the next thing. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no focus because I don't think people are able to make real connections with what they're watching or what they're seeing and what's being shared to them as far as what's on social media. And I think it's really sad that a lot of like stores and like companies, like social media is a part of that. Like some of them, you have to be on social media to have access to them, or you have to be on your phone. You have to have an app to get it. And it kind of forces you to put your focus into that as opposed to putting your focus into being your creative and creating art. You know what I'm saying? And being you. I personally, if I could do away with social media and it wouldn't affect anything that I'm trying to do right now, I definitely would. Like, I actually want to start something else that can move me away from social media where I can still be online, but it ain't on no social media shit.
But it's like a nonstop growing beast because like how 60 said, like the algorithm is so big that like the only way to break through the algorithm is to have a big budget. And so like the big companies know this, so they invest more money so that even if you like have like a good following, like you got to keep up with you know that now. Like you got to factor in like, okay, maybe I need to have a budget now to compete with these people, because I noticed that like when I would do social media marketing with the grown man sessions, like I've tested out a few markets, and when I market in the United States, like I have to like invest more because there are other people that I'm competing with that are investing more, you know what I mean, for the same attention that I'm trying to get. Whereas if I'm trying to promote in like say the Philippines or something, like it's easy, you know what I mean? Because like that market isn't as competitive. So it's like it's not even about my content anymore. It's just about like where am I trying to promote and how much money do I have? Right. You know what I mean? And I mean it kind of sucks because like if I have something that somebody else might find valuable, it's not up to them anymore. You know, it's up to whoever's controlling like the algorithm.
Right. And that sucks because it's like, why do the same 35 people see my post every day? Like, I know I got 999 friends, but it's because I don't engage with all 999 of those friends. My shit should just be shared to everybody on the list. It shouldn't, you know what I mean? It shouldn't even matter. It should be random, if anything.
Right. But they're changing that algorithm all the time too. Because I remember talking to this dude that was saying like, yeah, the new algorithm came out. And I was like, what do you mean the new algorithm? I was like, like there's a new one? He's like, yeah, man, it changes all the time. So even keeping up with that is just bullshit.
Yeah.
Like just let me make my music, man, and let somebody that likes it find it. You know what I mean? But that's like going back to the whole like, you know, that pressing the flesh thing, man. Like you can't get around that, you know, like there's no algorithm that can stop that.
No.
That's why that shit is, you know, I always thought that was like the most important part. But in COVID times, man, like even that's weird now.
Well, I think too, COVID produced a lot of rappers. So everybody gets lost in the shuffle. And you really got to dig through the dirt to find the fucking gold. You're like, oh, okay, I found one. All the rest of this shit sound like garbage, trash. But that's what happens when you give everybody accessibility. And I'm not saying that everybody shouldn't have accessibility to everything, but everybody ain't supposed to rap and sing. And that's just an honest opinion. But if you give them tools that make them think they can, or they can, manipulate their voice to make it sound like they can, then hey, they get a TikTok. So it's kind of crazy how diluted they are, how diluted social media has made the art of music. Because everybody's an artist, if you ask them.
I'm gonna put this out there. Paying attention to Tim and his Grown Man Sessions, he really puts a lot of effort into what he does. And I noticed, like, from the beginning, like, I was looking at, like, how he has shirts and cups and all kinds of stuff. Like, I think consistency is what really helps you in the situation. I mean, with social media and what you do in person. So, like, with him, I see a lot of his stuff. I see a lot of stuff that he does that when I go online, like, Grown Man Sessions is always in front of me somewhere. It's always there. And I just wanted to give him props for that. Like he said, you just got to keep going. Sometimes you got to invest in yourself, and you got to put the time in. And I peeped that with him, and I noticed that people that tend to do that tend to make something of their other shows and what they do.
Right
oh
on,
yeah,
bro.
Timmy gonna be
Thank you.
somebody one day.
Right on. Thanks, man. It's crazy too, because like I got into this thing like without even wanting that kind of like, recognition. I just came into it like on a personal level, like trying to deal with my grief or whatever. But taking the formula that we learned in First Dirt and taking the formula that we learned as independent artists, man, like that's one of the biggest things that I've taken away from this whole journey is like you can apply that hustle to anything. Like anything. Like I could open up a fucking juicing business tomorrow and I could still apply the same formula.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like me and 60 used to talk about this on our car rides, like going up and down the state, man. It's like it's just the hustle, man, like the grind, like the work ethic. You can't teach that shit a lot of times. You know what I mean? Like you just got to put in the work and you just got to keep going. Cause like, there's a certain point, like, that I've seen that you do something and you do it for a certain amount of time and then you kind of just like stop doing it. And it, that's the point where like I've seen other artists, that they don't keep going after a certain point. And,
right.
Me and 60 would always talk about that shit, it's like, people just come and go, that comes and goes, but
it comes and it goes.
Man, I've seen so many artists that were like pushing so hard doing music not become successful until they stopped doing music, and then they opened up a store or a clothing store or a coffee shop or a fucking food truck or whatever, and they took that same ambition that they were pushing their music with and pushed it into this thing that they started on the side. And they were able to excel in that industry because no one else in that industry had that same drive or that same ambition that they brought from the music industry. And I've honestly seen that more often than not. And like, I've seen so many people that like helped me come in the game. They were like, oh, now I'm going to start selling patches and pins, or I'm going to start doing this and that. And they become successful because they took that music formula and applied it into their industries. And they stood out because nobody else had that drive and ambition.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I learned a lot of things fucking with y'all that I apply in my everyday life. You know what I mean? Like I get in all clubs for free when I want to. Hey, bro, just let me slide on by. Where the owner at? I learned how to hustle too, but I was always on the other side, in the front of the stage. But
that's
that
hustle and that wiggle.
Hey, Trick, you've been finessing since before First Dirt. So hey, that's just you just finessed in the First Dirt. So that's just
I hella finesse in the First Dirt. I didn't have no role. I didn't make no music. I didn't put in no job application or resume. Now let me slide on in this thing. I'm going through my clothes the other day. I'm like, I got more First Dirt shit in my house than First Dirt got. I bet you. I could probably go pull out 10 shirts right now. They all say First Dirt. I was a groupie, but I work. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, y'all. Music helped me.
We was a vibe, man. Like I don't know what it was, but we was just a vibe. Everybody had that vibe, man.
It was good times. It's kind of hard to think how long ago that was. I'm like, damn, was that damn near 10 years ago? A lot has changed. We've been through a whole lot, but I wouldn't change that shit for the world. As broke as I was, I mean, somehow everything always worked out.
Yeah, we was all broke as fuck.
Hella.
And that's what I was saying earlier about like, I mean, those times were like the times that I look back on, you know, even now, like just being more comfortable. And it's like, this is not as fun as it was back then. You know what I mean?
Having a straight scavenge. Like, how much money you got? I don't know. Let's see if we can get some extra passes because I ain't got money for admission. Like, it was all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But definitely a blessing. And I hope that you guys, well, I know that you guys feel the same.
To me, it was a grind, man. Like I always just like being out there, just like doing things. Cause I always felt like, you know, like, okay, like this is like just one more thing that's gonna get us, you know, like to the level that we want to be at. And I always saw it as like a competition. I was like, fuck that, man. Like, I'm not gonna let that other dude like do what we're doing or get more recognition than us. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, like we was out in South by Southwest putting up posters and I seen John Connor. I'm like, man, we got to put up more posters than John Connor now. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, like
Eminem was down in Sac so much, I thought he lived in Sac. I'm like, that's how much driving I was doing.
I heard that from multiple people.
I was like, 60 don't live down here. Wait, he live in SoCal. He been driving all the way down here. Like, It was like every weekend y'all had shit lined up though. I think that was when Sac music scene was a little bit more cracking than it is right now. I don't know if that has to do with COVID or whatever, but Sac got a little rowdy, so I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with it. They shut a lot of shit down. But back then, it was like shows every weekend. And I mean, from Harlow's, the Blue Lamp, to whatever hole in the wall that was, we was in Stockton. I mean, it was nonstop.
Yeah, any stage that would have us, we would be there.
Hey, what was the grimiest venue we ever performed at?
The grimiest?
Long list.
Huh?
That's a long list.
Well, right, because it's been a couple of them.
I'm trying to think.
What's the one in Frisco? Anymore. What's the brick and mortar in Frisco? Was that one?
Shit, nah, that shit was nice.
Yeah, brick and mortar was cool.
Yeah, brick and mortar. I remember being backstage and seeing Logic. His autograph.
Okay, brick and mortar was cool.
Yeah, his autograph was on the wall. And I remember signing my shit right next to him. And then, you know, a year or two later, dude is signing Def Jam and shit like that. Like, those little things are so crazy, you know?
I remember when we were on the vintage tour, that was when you told me about Logic. And I was like, oh, damn. I was like, yeah, this dude is cool, man. And then, like, I think probably like maybe like the year or two later, man, like, dude was just blowing up like crazy.
Blew up.
Because I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, like this dude isn't too far off from what we're doing, you know? Like he was still like independent and he was still doing his own thing.
He was putting out mixtapes at that time. Like, even same thing with John Connor, dude. Like, he asked us a mixtape at South by Southwest, and a year later, he signed to Dr. Dre, man. Like, shit is crazy. Like, we were touching all these dudes, man, on pause. But, like, even Macklemore, before Macklemore blew up, remember we were on the same circuit when we were doing the vintage tour. Like, we were seeing his posters up. And we'd be putting up the vintage posters over them shits. Like, All
Yeah.
that
Hella
shit, man.
disrespectful.
Yeah, all that shit, man. And like, I mean, we basically came up with these dudes at the same time. Like, you know,
That's
even
what I was saying about my paid dues shirt. Like y'all been around greatness. That's how you know you are greatness. So
Yeah, man. I feel like it was a big blessing, man. Like, you know, regardless of the outcome, man, like it was always something that, man, just thinking of like, man, I came from South Sac, bro. Like never seen anything like this. Like, just able to make that way, man. It's crazy to me.
you made that jump.
Mm-hmm.
man, the fact that we were able to get on paid dues, man, to this day, like that shit is still
I'm
epic.
telling you.
And we got on the last one, the biggest one with
Oh,
Kendrick.
we were
Like,
pushing so hard that last week.
yeah,
Like,
I mean,
y'all better
we on
go
that
vote for my
lineup,
boys
especially
right
like
now.
with people like Nipsey. You know, Nipsey's gone now. Like we got to rock with him. We got to rock with Mobb Deep, and Prodigy's gone now. We got to rock with, especially with Kendrick, because Kendrick, just to see where he's at now, like he's that number one.
Nobody knew who he was then.
Like no one. Same thing with Macklemore and them. You know what I mean? Like we've been around so long, we've seen people blow up and disappear already.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right, vanish.
Crazy.
Because I don't think I really got turned on to Kendrick. Well, I paid dues, and then when we went to Atlanta for, is it AC3, A3C?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When we went out there, and everybody was bumping that one. What's the song? I can't even think of it now. But
Thrift Shop?
everybody in Atlanta was on that shit. I think it's because they was sipping syrup, but it used to slump though. And then we saw a boy dancing and performing on top of the U-Haul truck. I was like, well, this is creative. But
hey, but the one thing that I'm mad about is that I don't really have much of the pay dues stuff from that year. Cause I remember you gave me one of those posters, 60, that had like everybody's name on it, the black and white one, and our name was in the corner. Yeah. And I think I gave it to a fan or something like that. I don't even have it anymore.
Yeah, I still have that on my wall, man.
Yeah. I think I have
it right now.
Yeah,
I have one of the.
I have it on this wall.
I have one of the big posters, but that one, man, like I was like, man, I wish I would have kept it because I don't think those even exist anymore. You know what I mean?
That was just it was a limited edition for that show. I remember I had to pay fucking like $50 for like they weren't selling the posters, but you had to buy like a shirt or something to get the poster. Oh yeah, there you go. There's the shirt.
What year was that? 2011?
2013.
13. Y'all wrote all over my shirt.
Damn, Treka.
Talib Kweli on the front though.
That
shit looks brand new still.
Yeah, you need to frame that shirt. You need to put that shirt in the frame.
Yeah, for real.
I think I still have the like one or two of those around too.
You guys are smart.
I keep it clean. I done lost a lot of shit since then. I haven't lost that shirt. Meant a lot to me. So 60, you got some new music coming out?
Yeah, shit. I just dropped a new song today.
60 been dropping them every month.
Every month.
Yeah, like again, trying to keep up with these algorithms and shit like that. Just trying to, keep it flowing. And I just got tired. And another thing, like I think it was I know we've spoken about this, but like during the whole pay dues time, even from that whole 2010 to 2016, 17 era, we were just on the road so much, and our focus was just so much on doing shows and all that like we didn't release a lot of music. And I think that was one of our biggest downfalls. I think if First Dirt would have dropped, we could have dropped albums in those years. You know what I mean? Like so many, like let's take Kendrick, for example, from 2012 to now, he's dropped, 4 classic albums. And it's like, man, what we didn't do shit. Like we dropped a couple mixtapes, and it's like, I wanted to flip the script on that. And I think it was Gabe, like one of Tim's people told us one day, we was in the studio and they're like, yo, you guys are doing all this shit in the streets, but what about in the booth? And it really stuck with me. And I was like, you know, we can look back on it now and like, you know, those shows are in our catalog or whatever, and the people that were there got to see it. But it's like if we were releasing music at that time, that music would have remained, you know, forever.
Forever.
Like it would have been in our catalog and stuff like that. So like my main focus now has been like less shows and more music, and stop sitting on the music thinking like you're gonna perfect it. I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm just like, yo, we got a
It'll
hot
never
joint, we
be
got
the
a joint,
greatest
like
on it.
yeah, we got a joint, let's drop it. Like if I'm working on a specific album or project, like I'll tuck that away. But it's like all these Lucy's, all these random producers that I'm meeting that just want to cook up. All right, let's cook up a track and drop it. You know what I mean? And just like let it do what it do.
Yeah,
And,
I agree.
that's what I think that our one of our biggest downfalls was as a crew, is just not releasing any music.
Yeah.
So I mean, I got the contracts on the way to y'all's houses right now for the reunion tour. We're gonna do it like Diddy, you know. I got you on the MC.
Man, we got some tracks. We got some first dirt tracks in the cut.
I don't know why y'all don't just get it together again.
Yeah, I mean, we got like a good 2 or 3, right, Tim?
Mm-hmm. I think we will. It's just, you know, it just takes more time now, yeah, because the you know, we all got all these other things going on, but
and kids and shit.
I do want to put out those songs, and I want to keep putting out more music. It's just my production mode is just a lot slower now.
Yeah,
got other things I'm trying to do at the same time, so it just takes a lot of balancing.
Right. But, and what's up with Phil and Lex?
Man, I was just with Phil about 2 hours ago.
I love Phil. He's still out here, huh? He ain't never going to leave California.
Me and Phil are in the studio every Thursday.
What?
Yeah, cooking up. You know, I still, whether it's his beats or not, like I still go to Phil to record and all that.
I still have a beat that Phil gave me like 6 years ago.
Damn.
And it's fire. I just never I never had it in me to write to it, but I think I'm gonna do something about that real soon.
We need to get Ro involved.
You know what? You need to mind your business. That's what you need to do.
You gotta get on it, Ro. We go.
I'm down.
We're gonna tag team Treka and be like, hey Treka, you working on that song yet? Hey Treka, what's up with that song?
Oh,
Where that song at? Oh,
wow. And the funny part is a couple of my friends bought me studio time for my birthday this year, and I haven't used it. So if the stars are not aligning, what's going on, you know?
I'll have to go down to San Diego and go pick you up.
Whatever. I'll be down there before you come down here, because I'm going to the festival this year. 60. You need me to work the door? Security? Yeah, I mean, I'm little, but I got something on me. Like I could do something if I need to.
Yeah, and honestly, anything at this point, it's like the festival has just grown like so big. It's just like with just so many moving parts. Like I honestly, like I actually hit Tim earlier. Like I honestly wish, I was talking to Phil about it too. Like I wish like the First Dirt team was still like moving as a unit, because this could honestly be our shit and we could run the whole thing. You know,
it could be a First Dirt present.
Yeah. Without like the whole team in the pocket, it's honestly just me and random people like that are just like volunteering themselves or trying to be part of what we got going on now. But it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
It's not the same as having your family around.
No, it's honestly not.
You miss us. That's okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm always, you know, I'm always trying to, you know, reach out and try to involve everybody as much as I can. But like ideally, that's what I wish we could do, is like have us run the whole shit. Right. And even like for the last show, like you know, Joey had came down, Denise had came down, Phil was there, Tim was there, and it was just like it felt right, you know what I mean? And like how the way things have been going, it's like I got this person from this team, this person from that team, this person from that team, like, and it, you know, it's cool because people you know, are trying to help out and trying to be part of everything, but it it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So like if it could be like the squad, it'd be like I would definitely feel like a lot more comfortable.
Cause you know everybody's capabilities from the squad. You know who going
even just the trust factor. Like I can't trust random people working the door and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
I totally understand.
Yeah, man. Like I told you, man. Like whatever you need me to do, I got you.
Yep. So.
Likewise. I mean, I ain't got no job, so I mean, I might as well go do something.
Yeah, let's do it. Shit, I got a job for you, Trek.
Y'all always had a job for me. Trek, stay at the door. Watch the stickers. All right. I got it. But no, I think it's very, very, I don't know what word I'm looking for. It's an honor to know you guys. I'll say that. Because I think that aside from all the things that we've had to go through and experience together, you are genuinely good people. And I know that you have a bigger purpose. So I feel like y'all on, you figured your way out and you on your way. I kind of remember when y'all was both a little couple knuckleheads, a little bit, and then everybody straightened up except for me. But that's okay.
Who, us? What you talking about, Trey?
Yeah, right. Okay. People want to have babies and get straight. That's cool. But no, I appreciate y'all for sure. And actually, I didn't think either one of you was going to be available to come on tonight. I'm like, this is so last minute. I'm really procrastinating on this, and I know I shouldn't. I was like, oh, okay, Tim probably got to do some shit. And he was like, no, I'll come through. And then I was like, okay, let me hit on 60. And then 60's like, okay. And I was like, busy ass 60s, okay, let's go. But it was a little first start reunion, kind of.
I was about to say, you fucked around and had a reunion.
Fucked around and had a goddamn reunion. Ain't nobody bought no barbecue. But yeah.
No, this is
we're going to have a real reunion soon.
I'm glad we jumped in together. This is cool.
Yeah.
You know, one person I've been thinking about a lot, man, and I hit him up not too long ago was Lex.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you earlier. Like, I know you be getting beef jerky from him, but have you talked to him lately?
Yeah, like when I talked to him, he was doing cool, you know, like just pushing his beef jerky and building a house and fixing a car and
this motherfucker be doing all kinds of shit
all at the same time.
And making sushi. Don't forget that
sushi. And making more babies.
And making a baby. All at the same time. Everything be ready by 9:30. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You like, damn, Lex, did you build this shit?
I think Lex is. Yeah. I think he's actually going to school for some sort of audio engineering or something like that.
Damn, didn't he just get some kind of degree in something else a few years ago?
He's doing an X-ray technician.
Yeah, okay. He just jack of all trades.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
That's why we need to get him back. We need to get him back on the team in case one of us start dying or something. He can fix all that. Like, he got us. You hungry? Got you. You dying? I got you. Your car won't start? I'll make you a new car. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah, I mean, just be so quiet and humble about it.
Inspired me to step my game up, man.
Like,
my grown man game up, man. He was like, "Well, I got that. I don't want to do that." I was like, "Man, I need to, read a book or something. I need to know how to do more shit, like MacGyver type shit."
Yeah, I went over to Lex's house one time.
10 words at a time, either. Like, you like Lex is hella quiet, but he knows shit. Like, he got secrets.
Yeah, I went over to Lex's house one time just to like go say what's up to him. And I was like, "What's up, bro? What you doing?" And he said it like he had just like he was just like, washing his hands. He's like, "Oh, I just put some lights in my ceiling." And he said it so like nonchalant. Like I was like, he's like, yeah, I just, just put some recessed lights in my roof. He's like, yeah, it's pretty easy. I was like, what?
No, it's not, Lex.
I own my own home now, and I'm like, I couldn't fucking do that shit.
Put
I
no
had
fucking
to hire,
lights.
fucking hired somebody, paid like $1,000. Lex is over here like, it's a Tuesday.
Figured it out real quick.
I was like bored. I got damn.
Boy, shout out to Lex.
Yeah, man. Shout out Lex.
And Philly Phil.
And Philly Phil, Filippo.
We got to have a real first third reunion. Maybe next time we'll get everybody on here. That might be a party. Might have to do that in person.
Don't get Rimo on here.
Oh, I already know. And I didn't invite him, but I should have.
I was talking to Rimo earlier too. We were talking about doing some music.
Rimo and you?
Yeah, kid.
Y'all playing with my feelings, man. Don't be telling me stuff, and then y'all ain't gonna get together and do this whole first third thing one more again. People miss you.
It's funny. We've got more songs done together in the past, 2 years than we did in the past 10 years.
Hey, we knocked out those songs we did in a couple weeks?
Like a couple days, man.
Now, why couldn't y'all hustle like that when I was your manager?
Because we had 85 shows in 2 months.
I wasn't working you that hard. It was 75 shows. But you made it happen. God bless you.
Yeah, I remember always going through that dilemma, man. How do we manage doing all this grinding and promo and shows and stuff and then keep doing music? I don't know, man.
It's because y'all was trying to do everything by yourselves and you didn't have you didn't have that backup team like everybody else got. They got people that handle all that other shit. Y'all was having to do that shit yourself. Book your show, be at your show, be after the show, promote your show. That's a lot of work.
Oh yeah. And we were both working, going to school.
Right.
Having kids, shit like that.
Right. Doing stuff you ain't supposed to be doing. I was like, everybody got a baby. Ain't this something?
I'm just trying to know better and do better. That's it.
Are you trying to?
I am.
You don't try, you just do it. You already know better, so I think you're already doing better.
For sure.
I'm proud of the man you've become. Because high school, I really didn't know if he was going to make it, y'all.
Shit, I remember, what was that place called? Camone's?
Oh, yeah, Camone.
I remember when I met Tim, he's working at Camone's being a bartender, taking 100 shots a night. Shit.
Right.
Oh, man. I remember when Phil had came to Sacramento that one time, and we were partying like crazy. And I remember I told Phil, I was like, man, I've never had this feeling where I woke up the next day and my mouth tasted like nickels. And he started laughing. He was like, damn, bro. He's like, yeah, you were pretty faded last night. Yeah, we was going hard.
So do you drink now?
I mean, I've been drinking like 10 years.
Not even a beer?
Nah, I never even like beer. I just drink for the flavor or the taste or whatever. I mean, not for the taste, but for the effect. The last time I ever drank a beer was when I was with 60 in Amsterdam, and we went to the Heineken factory.
I think I have a picture with you about around that time with a Heineken in your hand. So that makes sense.
Yeah, me and alcohol didn't get along very well.
Yeah.
It was fun as fuck though. Had some good times.
60, you slowed down a lot too, right?
Yeah. I don't really smoke no more, believe it or not. Yeah. Like I stopped smoking flower like, damn, like 4 or 5 months ago.
What made you do that?
Um, I just ran out one day and I was just like, yo, I'm not trying to re-up. And then like luckily that worked, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just stopped. And yeah, I haven't really been too tempted. Like I'll actually as of recently, like I'll take a puff here and there, but it's like I'm like nowhere close to where like smoking every 5 minutes like I used to, you know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, I mean just, you know, trying to get on my grown man shit.
But I think honestly, man, like I feel like, you know, weed is different. I mean, I never had a problem with it with trees. I mean, the alcohol is a thing that it was always like the thing that was ugly for me.
Yeah. I think alcohol brings out a totally different side of you than weed does, for sure. Like I don't never want to be fighting and arguing when I'm high. I'll just be trying to chill, eat some shit. But
Yeah, I woke up face down in an alley like this off of alcohol. I never woke up like that off of trees. I may have woken up with my cereal bowl in my lap, but man,
chips in my bed, but you know, I could clean that up. But no, alcohol will have you on some other shit, like where you don't even remember anything. So it's a whole different vibe.
yeah, I be seeing these ads of people trying to like demonize weed, and I'm like, man, like it's 2021. You got to get over that shit.
I'd rather be a pothead than an alcoholic. If I have to make a choice, I'm trying to ease up on both. But if I had to make a choice, alcohol can go. At least I remember what the fuck I said when I'm high. And I'm sure I'll be preaching my ass off when I'm drunk, but I don't remember anything. Like people call me the next day, like, girl, thank you for what you said yesterday. I'm like, what did I say? Can't say that because then they know you was faded. But yeah, I think for me, it just gives me that. It's what I think gives me that freedom to just not care about what anybody else thinks and just be authentic myself. But I'm not being authentically myself when I'm drunk, if that makes sense. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't learn like I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to go that far. I actually haven't been sick in years because I mean, once I had my spiritual awakening, I was showed a lot of things and told a lot of things that might go over people's head, but I got warnings that shit need to change. And you got to pay attention to the warning signs, folks. That goes for everything. Sure. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you, hey, this ain't good. Real quick.
For real.
But yeah, no, I mean, life is life. I still want to hear the reunion CD come out maybe like next December or something for Christmas. Y'all could put Santa Claus on the front. Whatever you want to do. I don't celebrate Santa Claus. But I think you guys should get it together. It could be even a mixtape of all the shit y'all been making separately and together and all that shit on one CD.
Nah, we did that already. We gotta put out this new stuff.
Okay. Well, excuse me. I don't want to be a manager anymore.
that classic mixtape, the last one we put out, that was a mix of like all the independent joints we had.
Yeah, we need to put out at least one, bro. Like
yes.
One album, at least 10 songs, dude. Like that shit is not too hard. Especially we got like 3 done already. Like one album for the people that have been rocking with us from the beginning, man, that are still waiting for that shit.
Right.
Waiting for the
waiting
detox.
for 7 years. Baby's been grown up, graduated and shit.
Yeah, that again, man. That's probably my biggest pet peeve of everything. Is just we never released any music.
I don't think we ever officially released Comes and Goes.
Nah, it was just kind of like, all right, let's just put this video out.
Actually, perform it at shows.
To this day, BST, none of that shit is on streaming services, bro.
Oh my god!
What are y'all doing? Y'all messing with my money.
The other day, I was looking at it and I was like, man, I'm about to just upload this shit and just tag everybody in it, man. Like,
yeah, I need to put that out.
Yeah,
I don't remember y'all releasing Comes and Goes. I just remember y'all doing that at the shows.
You're in the video, Trek.
Am I?
Yeah.
Edit that part out.
Too late, man. We was high as fuck.
Sure, we got like Crooked Eye in the video, fucking Peter Rosenberg, fucking all kinds of random people. I mean, low key, that BST videos, it's like it's a paid dues recap. That shit still goes hard.
It
like
is.
I'll throw that video on just to watch it sometimes, and like,
yeah, me too. Just to reminisce.
Yeah, just to watch the video.
Yeah.
So then, when y'all gonna put the album out then?
We passed the 10 year. We're about to hit. We already passed the 15-year mark.
So when y'all gonna put the album out again? The people want to know.
We're gonna do a 17 and a half year reunion.
Would this year be the 15-year reunion? First it started in 06, right?
Yeah, 15, yep.
Shit,
release an album.
We need to get working, man, before December.
Everybody start hitting them up on all their Instagrams and Facebooks and demanding an album right now. Firster. You got Timothy Rhyme, you got 60 East.
The tracks we have are hard too.
Rhymo, Lex, Feel the Pain. What's up with May?
You heard it here first, man, that the manager is right there.
Right here.
Holler at the manager.
You can also send cash apps to me. Just saying that on the side.
I'm the artist. I don't move until my manager tells me something. So
I think you guys have it coming. I wouldn't speak on it if I didn't feel it. And I think a lot of people are waiting for it. You guys had a lot of people following you, like just sitting in the wind, waiting for y'all to throw it out there, throw the bait. They'll buy it.
Notice too that there's people that don't fuck with like us individually. They only want us to see it. They only want to see us
as Firster.
They're like, yo, I ain't fucking with nothing if it ain't all three of you motherfuckers.
I'm telling you, man, there's something about like me, 60, and Rhymo on a track that just makes a lot of sense. Because it's like three different styles, but like in the same vein.
Three different parts of California too. Like we really united the coast and shit. Like this shit is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I really feel that. I think that's what it is. It's like y'all all compliment each other.
And then on a Phil beat or like a Lex beat. Oh man. It's butter. It's coming, manager. Don't worry, it's coming.
All right. Well, I mean, I ain't got all day.
We all getting old,
other artists for my help. I really feel like it's gonna come when it's supposed to. But I know it's coming. I really feel that in my heart. When it comes, I'm gonna bang it over and over and over and over again. I already showed you. I still got A-Rap. I showed you the CD last time you was on the show, Tim. That shit's so dusty. I had that thing for like 20 years. Like this is the last CD I ever got from Tim. But make another one.
I'm gonna do it. It's coming.
So, 60, you want to promote your Throb Fest?
October 2nd, Ontario, California. Evidence, Rock Marciano, Dizzy Wright, Ruby Ibarra, Shane Noir, Lighter Shade of Brown, Chino XL, Rome Streets, Fly Anakin, Abstract Rude, and Micah 9. A gang of other artists come through. Tickets available at thoughtfest.net.
THOPFEST.net.
Yeah. Everybody
Yeah, because it did kind of sound like ThoughtNet.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, you on ThoughtNet?
Everybody
Okay.
says that shit.
Tim, what you got? You got anything you want to share? Share your where we can follow you in your grown man sessions.
You know, I'm just trying to push the Grown Man Session. So grownmansession.com. Just come check it out. I'm on episode 23. Trying to keep it going.
But on Instagram, is it under Grown Man Sessions?
Mm-hmm.
And also on Facebook. I think everybody should tap in, especially y'all grown men. Some good wisdom on there. Roselle, where can people find you, sir?
I'm at Rosjoe 20,000 on Instagram and Roselle Joyner on Facebook.
The man of many words. You can find me on Instagram. I only got one account right now. Is no.do.be.better. They shut down my personal. I got locked up. I got out of Facebook jail and I got right into IG jail. So Facebook, you can find me TEEL.DUB. This is Know Better, Do Better. When you know better, you do better. And when you do better, you can be better. I want to thank you guys for coming on. It's really special.
All day, Trek.
It was divine timing. And, you know, I just put some stuff in the universe. It's going to happen. Watch. I want my copy of the album first. I want mine emailed to me before you send it to anybody else.
I'm going to send you a CD.
I want a CD. I just got my CD player from my mama's house.
I'm about to say, people still use CDs and shit.
No. I will. I'm the last person on earth that has a CD player and a DVD player. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, tell me if I'm wrong, 60, but I heard that that this is one of the first times recently that records actually outsold physical CDs.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that for the past 2 years, I think.
Okay.
You mean like on streaming services?
Not like the physical, like like actual records, like vinyl records, like actually are doing really well.
That's funny. I wanted to get a record player.
They still got record stores that sell them like vinyl like that.
You know what's a trip is that I seen Target has a record section now.
There's a record store down the street from my house, actually. I've never really walked in there and looked around, so I don't know what kind of stuff they got in there, but I'm about to go check it out.
I've seen some, yeah. Like I popped in and out of a few.
I know down this way we used to have like DJ record stores. We could literally grab the record and scratch with it and see if you like the record. But they closed all of them down. We had one in like Berkeley, Fremont, and we had one in Frisco too.
Yeah, the one out here in LA, Fat Beats, they shut that one down like a couple years back.
Fat Beats is open again.
The record store?
They opened the Fat Beats in downtown.
Oh, that's dope.
They bringing it
honestly,
back.
I don't even think they sell CDs. It's all records.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Well, it's time for us to get up out of here. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you in October 2nd, right?
Yeah.
I think we have the website pinned in the chat room for anybody that's interested in purchasing tickets. Come turn up.
All right, y'all. Had fun at the bottomless party. See you guys next time.
Oh my gosh, Tim. Later.
Hey,
Bye,
hey,
60.
Treka. I'm gonna
What's
end it
up?
with jump. I'm gonna end it with jump.
Oh, we're gonna play a little Tim to come up out of here.
Oh, of course, definitely. We got to.
See, the thing is, you just can't think about it. You just gotta let go and trust in yourself. Cause you good. Here we go now, 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 here we go now. So let's go. All you gotta do is jump. Don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set, jump, jump, yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump, yeah, take a leap and trust that you'll land on your feet. All you gotta do is jump, tell them snakes goodbye. I'ma teach you how to fly, all you gotta do is jump. Skydiving in a hurricane, left my parachute like I never heard of pain. Hit my bullseye with perfect aim, now I'm killing them softly like when Roberta sang. Yeah, you could do the same. You could choose the fame, but don't confuse the game. You could paint a picture, then you can choose the frame. You can leave your mark, can they remove the stain? Don't worry about them other guys, otherwise you'll scare away the butterflies. Yeah, the only thing on your mind should be the look in your mother's eyes if your brother dies. Yeah, so throw caution to the wind. If you can't, then you're your own obstacle again. If you don't hold your breath, is it possible to swim? It's all psychological, my friend. All you gotta do is jump. Don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set, jump, jump, yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump, yeah, take a leap and trust that you'll land on your feet. All you gotta do is jump, tell them snakes goodbye. I'm gone, I'ma teach you how to fly. All you gotta do is jump. Come on, take a chance. It's not that scary. Come on, take a glance. The ones stuck on the ground can't advance. The ones flying around you, they enhance. Yeah, you gotta spread those wings. Hold on too tight or you gon' shred those dreams. People have crash landed, I've read those things. Fears run your life, let's behead those kings. Yeah, it's simple, just mimic a damn plane. And let the music be your guide, not your damn brain. What a damn shame, cats that can't hang. Don't understand it, end up crashing in the fast lane. In that lane, we were born to fly. And if we don't, then we're sworn to die. So just let go, baby, and then close your eyes so we can transform the sky. All you gotta do is jump. Don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set, jump, jump, yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump, yeah, take a leap and trust that you'll land.
They're fighting you?
I'ma teach you how to fly. All you gotta do is jump.
And he runs away, but he trips on one of the blanket and he knocks over in the closet.
Here we go now. 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 So let's go. All you gotta do is jump. Don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set, jump, jump. Yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump. Take a leap and trust that you'll land on your feet. All you gotta do is jump.
They're still recording right now.
I'ma teach you how to fly. All you gotta do is jump. Don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set,
Know
jump,
better, do
jump,
better.
yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump, yeah, take a leap and trust that you'll land on your feet. All you gotta do is jump, tell them snakes goodbye. I'ma teach you how to fly. All you gotta do is jump.
I wrote on the side of me because I made a comic called The Confessions. But it was like how they like confess their